Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're gonna be testing out some new products, at least they're new for me. I've never tried the Rizos Curl line. So I had picked up their little mini travel set. I've got the hydrating shampoo, the deep conditioning product, and then the curl defining cream. I'm probably gonna have to use a little bit of a gel because my hair just doesn't do good with just a cream. I'm also gonna be telling you the story of how we came to have another cat in our house. We have a new kitten. He is 8 weeks old and his name is Tux. Well, his name is Tucker. We call him Tux for short because he looks like he's wearing a tuxedo. I will insert a photo right here, but I will also introduce you to him live in this video a little bit later. But let's go ahead and get started with washing this head of hair because let's just take a good look-see. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, go ahead, hit that subscribe button down there. Make sure to turn on the bell so that you're notified when I upload videos here on YouTube. And of course, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy hair videos or kittens. And let's go ahead and wash my hair. I am an idiot. While I was washing my hair, of course, I went in with the shampoo. It was great. It's extremely hydrating. I love that it lathers up and it smells so good. All of these products smell, I can't put my finger on it, but it's like a light, fresh scent to it. Definitely felt like it got my scalp clean and my hair clean. But then, while I was washing my hair, it was time to go in with conditioner. Accidentally grabbed the curl defining cream, which is the cream styler. And I used as much as you would of your conditioner, you know what I mean? So it was a lot. And put that throughout my hair, detangled, and then rinsed it out, and then realized that I had used the curl defining cream instead of the actual conditioner. But then I went back in with the deep conditioner, super hydrating. I mean, it has really great slip. I loved it. I think it worked really well. It's got olive oil, sunflower oil, and coconut oil in it. And these products are sulfate, silicone, and paraben free. So yeah, I loved the shampoo and conditioner, and I'm really mad that I just wasted half of the defining cream. I'm gonna go ahead and take my hair down so that we can get started with styling. And I am gonna get a leave-in really quick just because my hair's been extra dry, so hold on. I'm gonna use a little bit of the Curlsmith Air Dry Cream. Literally one of my favorite leave-ins now. It just works so well. So, back to my new kitten. It was Halloween night, and as we all know, Halloween was basically canceled, right? We had actually had our fall festival at our church on Friday night. Come Saturday, we didn't have anything going on, right? It was kind of a boring night. Well, we thought it was gonna be a boring night, but that definitely changed. So my husband, in true man fashion, was like, I need to go to Lowe's. Let's go to Lowe's. I've got some things that I need to get, so might as well go ahead and go now. So he wanted me to ride to Lowe's with him. And to be honest, I really didn't want to go at all. But I was like, what else do I have going on? You know, I'd already actually put on my pajamas. It was already dark out, and it was really chilly that night. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go in with the curl defining cream now. And I'm gonna use about that much first. Any other time I would have went ahead and thrown on some regular clothes and put on a jacket and jumped in the truck. But instead I was like, you know what? I'm gonna leave my pajamas on and I'm just gonna grab a nice warm blanket and just have that in the truck with me, and he can go into Lowe's and do his thing while I sit and just, you know, just chill in the truck. So that's what I did. Got in the truck with my blanket and my PJs on, and we headed off to Lowe's. So we get to Lowe's. My husband gets out. My youngest daughter is in the back seat. My husband gets out of the truck and he starts walking towards the Lowe's door. All of a sudden, my daughter, she said, "What in the world is that guy doing? He's like looking in cars." It kind of freaked her out. She was like, "What in the world?" So I was like, "What guy?" So I start looking around and I don't see anybody at that point. But then I happened to look towards where my husband was. He was literally right about to walk into the Lowe's door. And he slowly turns around and he starts creeping back towards the truck. I'm like, what is going on? What is he doing? It looked really creepy. I was like, what is happening? Did he see this guy looking in cars? At that point, I'm like, is there someone like that's trying to break into cars? I don't know. He comes all the way back over to my side of the truck, and I put down the window. I'm like, what is going on? Did you see the guy like looking into cars? He was like, no. He said, but do you hear that? And he was like, there's a kitten crying. And so I stopped and I listened, turned the radio down, turned the air down, and all you could hear was this kitten just meowing so loud. And so then he starts like going over to the cars to try to figure out where this kitten is at, right? And I'm using my Be Hairful brush, by the way, to just kind of distribute that all through my hair. I do have a discount code for this. I love it. It helps define my hair, but I really like it to distribute my products as well. So he's looking under cars and stuff, and then finally he comes over to this car and he's like, oh, it's under here. I see it, I see it, I see it. So then I'm still in the truck, by the way, because hello, got my PJs on. He like bends down under that car to try to see if he can get the cat, and the cat like takes off. I mean, takes off running. It's so fast. And it runs up underneath a different car. So then he goes to the next car and he's trying to get it, and then it darts under another car. So at this point, I really wish that we could get like the cameras from Lowe's, because like the camera footage, because this would have been hilarious. I get out the truck, my daughter gets out the truck, and we are literally like this whole cat capturing situation ensues for the next like 15 minutes at least. It would like run through your legs. It was so stinking fast. Like it was like almost impossible to catch this thing. We're trying to get this cat, and it's not working. He just keeps running under every car in the Lowe's parking lot. And at this point, we just look like a bunch of fools running around the parking lot. People can't even see what we're chasing after. It's dark out. They probably looked at us like we were crazy. But anyway, so finally the kitten runs up underneath a different truck and then like jumps up, and then it like disappears. And I thought it had jumped into like where the tire is and like jumped on top of the tire. But we go to look and you can't see it. And as soon as it jumped up in this truck, it was like silent. I think it thought that it had like found its safe spot. We're underneath the truck trying to look and trying to get a hold of the cat, and it looked like the cat had jumped up into the engine compartment, like underneath of the truck. So we're like, if these people come out and they don't know that there's a cat under their truck, this cat is gonna die, right? And it was teeny. It's literally like the size of my hand. There was someone else, another like customer that had pulled up into the parking lot. I'm actually gonna go in with this really quickly. This is the Curlsmith Hydro Style Flexi Jelly. This is kind of a lighter hold jelly, or lighter hold gel, I should say. I'm gonna just scrunch this in really quickly. Hold on, I'll finish my story in just a second. I'm just gonna take my hair repair towel and scrunch. There was a customer that pulled up and he's like looking at us like we're crazy. He's like, is everything okay? And then I tried to explain to him that there was a kitten that was stuck underneath of this truck and we were trying to rescue it. So he was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I will take the license plate, the make and model of this truck, and I'm gonna go inside Lowe's and have them call the owner over the loudspeaker so that he can come and, you know, maybe help, or at least he'll know that there's a kitten stuck underneath of his truck. We stay out there trying to lure the kitten out, and my daughter, she was like, if only we had some food, and I didn't have any food with me, so I'm like, we don't have any food. And so then she starts thinking, she's like, oh my gosh, I have a bar in my book bag. I'm gonna get that out. It was like a granola bar. So she's really tiny, so she slid herself up underneath of this truck, and there's like a little opening where the kitten had jumped up into the engine compartment. So she's got the little bar underneath of there, and all of a sudden you start seeing the little kitten's head pop out, and it's like trying to grab it with its paw. I was like, we've got to grab this kitten, or this is never gonna end, right? We've got to grab him as soon as he comes out. Finally, he pops out and he swipes the whole bar with his little paw and pulls it up in the engine compartment with him. I'm like, great, now what do we do? That was our only way to get him out. At that point, the owners like come out and they're like, oh, so we heard that there's a kitten under our truck. Like, yeah, we're trying to save it. We're trying to rescue it. The owner of the truck, I think he was kind of like, all right, let's get this show on the road. I've got things to do. But the guy that was with him was really trying to help us. So he pops the hood it. He's got the lights shining down in there. Well, long story short, what they ended up having to do was start the truck, so it was enough to kind of scare the kitten enough to want to come out. My daughter was standing right, was slid under the truck and was like trying to use little pieces of the granola that had fallen to lure it out. As soon as they started the truck, the kitten was like, all right, I want to come out, but I know that there's people waiting for me. So I just told her, as soon as you see his head, grab him and pull him out. So that's exactly what she did. I'm so proud of her. She's 12. She did such a great job, but the little kitten popped his head out. She grabbed him and just pulled him out. He's like hissing and scared half to death, clawing her up. I grabbed the kitten from her, and thankfully I had a blanket with me that night. And so I wrap him up in the blanket and we took him home. So it's so funny. We rescued a black cat on Halloween night, which is just the funniest story. I think if we would have found it a new home that night, it would have been fine. We would have gotten rid of him and that would have been the end of the story. But we kept him for 24 hours before anybody actually showed interest in him. And at that point, I really didn't want to take him to the pound because then you never know what's going to happen to him, you know? And so we just fell in love with him. That's really the moral of the story. We fell in love with him. He's got the sweetest little personality. He was so hungry. He was so cold. All I know, it was a blessing in disguise because now we decided to keep him. We took him to the vet. And he is officially about 8 weeks old, they said. He's got a clean bill of health. He's had all of his shots and his flea treatment and all of that stuff. And he is loving his new life. Here is our newest little baby. He is a tuxedo cat, which you can tell he looks like he's wearing a tuxedo. And my daughter bought him a little bow tie. He is full of energy. I forgot what it's like to have a kitten in the house because he is full of energy. Our other cat, which you guys have met in previous videos, Blue, he's a ragdoll cat and he is like 16 or 17 pounds. He is ginormous. He's bigger than most dogs, most small dogs. And so having this little guy around is just like, it's so different because Blue is 8 years old now and he's like an old man. He's chill. He just wants to, you know, he just wants to live a chill life, and he's definitely still adjusting to having a kitten in the house. He's like tolerating him, but he's definitely not quite his friend yet. Say hi, Tucker. Say hi, Tux. My hair is air dried for like maybe 10 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and diffuse the rest of the way and we will see what it looks like. Here are my results, and I have to say I'm really, really impressed with this cream because I just used the slightest amount of gel, really not much at all, just to kind of give it a little extra hold at the bottom. But this defining cream gave me such great definition. I feel like that cream has a little bit of hold to it. Here's the back. It feels light, it doesn't feel crunchy, it doesn't feel weighed down, and I feel like that's what happens to me a lot with creams. It just kind of pulls out my definition because a lot of creams seem to be a little bit heavy for my hair. Really, really impressed. So you'll have to let me know what you think of these results. Have you guys tried the Resos Curls line? If you have, let me know exactly how you use them, how you like them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and meeting my new kitten. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Peace out.